Welcome back to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. So, we are still in September 2 because I want to try something. Now, in the last episode, if you haven't watched it, go back and check it out. It was rather fun. I quite enjoyed it. We had an issue in our field 24 where some areas were not planted. I've been thinking about it, and I'm wondering if those areas had withered. So what we're going to do is, once our worker in field 19 has finished cultivating, we are going to go through and just cultivate those patches in and then try and re-drill it. If that doesn't work, then I am at a loss. So, that is the plan. So you will have just seen we dumped about 8,000, nearly 9,000 litres of manure into the BGA. We are also going to dump some potatoes in because we have quite a lot. I see Peter the Puddle's back. I don't know why I call it Peter. Oh, I do. I know a Peter. It's a bit of a drip. Oh, so, you'll see, we've got loads of potatoes. We've got a nice amount of sunflower. So I thought, you know what? The BGA takes potatoes. We're alright at the minute. Let's get them in. Let's get some byproducts from them. And, you know, make a bit of cash. So, 15,000 litres of spare potatoes, let's say, in the back of the trailer. Now, the money, we have sold the old Tech Magri mulcher because it just didn't work with workers, or base game workers I should say, and we bought a roll macra, I think it was, for about 13,000. I've done 4 or 5 bale wrapping contracts. They do seem the best ones, sort of money versus effort ratio. So that's that lot done. We've also purchased a jet wash because I was conscious that if we were using this trailer for manure, which is why I bought it in the first place, and also feeding, that it wasn't necessarily hygienic. So yeah, we've got ourselves a still jet washer. The other thing I've done, and thank you to Eagles for this, is I have installed, check for traffic, the real autosave mod. So what that does is it disables the sort of intervals, you know, when I go, right, let's have a look at the menu, we park up and we stop and we exit into the menu and it goes, right, I'm just going to save right now. It should stop that. But what it might do is cause the odd bit of lag every now and again when it does its save. So nothing to worry about there. So let's just give this a little spruce up. There we go. We can see the dirt percentage dropping on the bottom right. There you go. That's all done. Let's give the old Valtra a bit of a spruce up while we're here. Lovely looking beast. There we go. All clean. Super. No, I didn't want to get into you. Thank you. There we go. Right. So, let's park this up. We will wait until the worker has finished the cultivating. There we go. There's the autosave. Just a little bit of lag, but it's brief, so that's fine. So yeah, we'll wait for the worker to finish, and then we'll go and carry out a little test. So, sat in front, or behind, whichever way you want to look at it, our unseeded patch. So if we lower down, I'm assuming that this is going to work. Now, were there any other... Yeah, there's quite a few little bits that didn't take. I'm half tempted, you know, just to maximise what we've got, just to... That does seem rather wasteful on fert. See what? We're gonna roll with it. Roll with it. We are going to grab the drill, reseed that little patch there, get this lot. In fact, then we'll sleep. We'll roll it, and then we can deal with the pigs as well, and all of that good stuff. And whilst one remembers, we need to activate the potatoes and the manure. There we go. Lovely. Right. So, we'll get back to the yard. We'll need to swap the roller off the John Deere onto the seeder. No. Swap the... Yeah. Take the roller off the John Deere. Put the seeder on. Goodness me. Sleep. Check the pigs out, because we should have some more births. Fingers crossed. And then we can do the reseed, and then we can roll as well. So I'll get right to it. So as you'll see, it's quite a murky morning, but we've had 38 piglets born. One was removed. And yes, it's a little bit... put the torch on. See what we're doing. Don't know why I slept till 6 in September. It's going to be a murky, miserable morning, isn't it? Good morning, ladies. I do like how it casts the shadow. Look, that is... These little things in the game that you've got to appreciate. Right. So, 97 piglettos. Pigletto. So, let's have a look at what we've got. Pause. 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we keep getting... Ugh. But we got a lot of little ladies as well. So we can leave those for a bit. We'll wait for things to brighten up, and then we'll go and reseed. Well, brace yourselves for this massive task. And there we go. Right, let's have a butcher's. That looks better. Let's have a look in the map. Yes, much better. Just a little patch we might need to come across this way, but yes, all good. Right, we'll get this, we'll spin round, do a little more, just to make sure we get as much as we can. Not that I think it's going to make any difference. And I'll go and grab the roller. Well, as we roll the field, and you'll see it just coming into view now, just about here where the cursor is, there are patches that are clearly withered, that for whatever reason, and whether it's something that realistic weather does, direct drilling does not fix it. As we saw there, it has to be cultivated. So I think what we're going to have to do, like we've done in what was our canola field, we're going to have to add that step in no matter what. It's just more work, isn't it? It's, you know, I suppose... I don't know with that one. That seems a bit... Yeah. But yeah, you can see the patches that we've sort of... that were withered or whatever, failed to germinate. That we're going to need to, next time now, make sure that we mulch, cultivate, drill. Yeah. It's just one of those things, I suppose, isn't it? Whether it's a realistic weather mechanic or... I don't know. Unless it's actually... I might need to test that. Is that a base game thing? If a crop withers, you can't just direct drill it, you would need to cultivate it? I'm actually not sure. I'm not sure on that one. But yeah, either way, that's what we'll do. We'll take it on the chin and just, yeah, get on with it, really. Well, I've just had a bit of a random thought. We're going to need somewhere to put our sugar beet. Because the silo we've got is not multi-fruit, so it won't take root crops. We are going to need to... let's be smarter, not harder here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're going to need a storage point for the sugar beet, which I hadn't thought of until now, because I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get those, or the harvest started on those relatively soon. So let's get that folded up. I think what we'll do is I will go and have a look for I think there's a field silo type thing. I'm pretty sure I've seen one. If only we had a bale bunker. Yeah, so I'll go and have a look for one of those. We will then probably... We'll move the boars out of the breeding pen, just to keep our process and our regime going. And then we'll probably end up sleeping until October and see if the sugar beet are actually ready to harvest, because then we could really kick things up, and we could at that point... Don't hit the new mulcher. There we go. Get that dropped off there, pulled out of there and off. Because at that point we really are starting to get sorted with food, and we could potentially switch the potatoes off and maybe try and grow a grain instead. Right, so I'll see you once we've found a field silo, or something at least that will take sugar beet that's not going to break the bank. Well, it's got to be said, it's Omatana to the rescue. Again, we are going for the Silos Multi-Fruit Mod No Share. And it's going to cost us 30 grand, but it's the only sort of decent one that I could really see. So, yeah, that's what we're going for. Not to say that there isn't other ones, but it's not that we're going to cost us an absolute bomb. So, let's just do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, there we go, bit more over here, there we go, like it grew there. Let's get that bit there we go, super duper. Right, look at that, splendiferous, and it gives us a little bit more storage should we need it. So, next job is the moving of the pigs. I'd forgotten that. Right, where are they? Hello, we can hear them. We can hear them. Look. I do like pigs in the game. I think they're, yeah, an interesting animal. It's a stupid thing to say. For this one, we are just going to drive straight forwards, I think. Oh, not to run anybody over. Are we in the trigger? Yes, we are. Right, I'll get these loaded up and shifted, and I'll probably see you in October. Well, I've actually moved through to the second part of October. We had 12 more piglets. So that's good. Majority of which I think were boars, but you know, I think at some point what we'll do is we're going to get to a point where they reach a value that it probably makes sense to sell some of them, and then hopefully at that point we'll start to get a few more females. But yes, we are into field 17 with our defoliator. Steady process, but needs to be done. You'll see the corn is ready as well, and just look at all the withering that we've got. I mean, talk about making things difficult for yourself, eh? Hard mode, realistic weather, realistic livestock, just, yeah, never to be repeated. It's yeah, it is what it is. It's something a bit different, and I would say a bit of a challenge, but at the minute it's I think it's going to get hard going. I really do. But I've made my bed, so I shall lie in it. Now this is going to take us a fair while. I guess this is what happens when you use one of your biggest fields for a root crop. But like I said, we need them now. I did also say that we could maybe look to put a grain in the open air garden, but you can't. Maybe it was one from, maybe it's a different one. I thought there was a version, I might be misremembering, from 22 potentially, where you could grow like anything. But it doesn't matter, we'll just muddle on, I think. You know, if we need to buy, if we have to buy pig food, we have to buy it. But yeah, that is what it is, really. I mean, but look at the autumnal colours that we've got. It does look gorgeous. It really does. Right, I'm going to crack on. And yeah, I'll see you in a little while. Well, as we make our way down the last pass, I mean, this has taken, let's have a quick look, about half an hour, real time, to get this done. So, not horrendous. And, yeah, different piece of kit. The John Deere just purrs. It kind of makes it more enjoyable in a way, because you get that grunty growl. But yes, so I think the plan is going to, well, the plan definitely is to finish this now, return the defoliator, and then we will lease ourselves the actual harvester part of it. There we go, lift that up. We'll disconnect it, not that we need to, and we will return it, and it's going to be here, and it's an Amity Tech, half an hour, marvellous return. Thank you very, very much. Lovely. So the plan for the next episode will be, we'll grab the harvester and hopefully get this done. Yield-wise, who knows? I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we get a really good crop off this field. But that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Big shout out to the YouTube channel members and the Patreons. You're all the best. And I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.